All right, so just a test of, or a quick how-to maybe with some dead ends in how to create a simple ArcGIS collector project. So you start actually in ArcGIS Pro with a blank map in this case. So we're not actually starting with without a template here and saving it later. We're going to actually call this like my test collector. And I say that because when you make a new map project in ArcGIS Pro, it creates a geodatabase, which ultimately is what we're going to place in our own folder on arcgis.com. So now, if we go to our catalog view here and we look in our folders, in My Test Collector, we have a My Test Collector geodatabase with no feature classes in it. So my first thing to do here is I'm going to want to create a new feature class. Now, when I do this, it's just the normal create new feature class dialog box. So I'm going to make a feature class within that geodatabase, but I have to think about what am I going to collect. When you go out in the field with ArcGIS Collector, you can collect points, lines, or polygons. In this case, you're probably collecting points, right? You're going to be at the top of a physical feature. You just want to label where they are. But you could go out and walk the boundary of a polygon and drop vertices as you walked, right? Or even look at an air photograph or satellite image on ArcGIS Collector, stand where you are, and then boop, 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 drop lines on there, right? But we'll go points in this case. So we'll call this mound peaks, right? Something like that. And these are going to be point classes. Remember our z-value conundrum? So in this, so in this case, I don't know. This might be something you test. If you turn z-values on here, when you take a GPS point, I believe with Collector, I believe it will store the elevation data in the z.
And that would be something that would be very valuable.
Could be useful.
But then I would have to subtract my height of wherever I'm holding it.
Right, so 1 meter or
Either
whatever.
that or put it on the ground.
Yeah.
To collect it.
But then you have problems with GPS signal being high quality, right? Okay, so we'll roll the dice and say okay on z-factor here. Then we can have fields, and in this case we want to think about what we're going to collect in the field. It might just be you just want an XYZ, right? A GPS point. You don't care to like say, oh, I am looking at a wonderful rhododendron now, right, or something. But if you were doing a project where you were trying to collect, like, okay, I found a piece of litter. Here's the location. What type of litter is it? Is it recyclable? You know, does it appear to be decayed? Does it appear to be fresh? But you know, like or here's a picture of it. You would add fields here to do that, right? In this case, maybe we just want a notes field in case there is something you want to jot down and save, right? And then you got to select the appropriate data type. In this case, we will select text, right? And we're going to let it have the maximum allowable length, 255 characters. Next, we choose our coordinate system, right? And we're going to go with Web Mercator Auxiliary Sphere in this case because that is what Esri's online platform uses. Okay, we'll go with next. We set our XY tolerances, which, you know, I usually just leave these default, but you know, honestly, you might set your XY tolerances higher in a project where you're using a phone to collect data, but setting them low isn't going to be a disaster. It's not going to change things, right? All right, and then all coordinates stored in the feature class are snapped to an underlying coordinate grid. Resolution is the cell size of this grid. Decreasing the resolution may reduce the data storage needs, but may reduce coordinate accuracy. So in this case, we're going to stick with that XY, right? And then we're almost done. There are configuration keywords that you can use to change how the geodatabase is set up. For example, we can set a max file size of 256 terabytes if we need that. In this case, don't use configuration keywords because I'm not entirely confident they work online. Right? Finish. So it's going to create our feature class, which is completely blank and devoid of all features. but that's okay, because you're going to use collector to fill the features in. All right, so there they are, mount peaks, right? And I can drop this in my view, and I don't see anything, right? Now what I want to do is share my geodatabase feature class to ArcGIS Online. In this case, I'm going to upload, let me see here.
Do I want to just upload the layer?
Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But let's try. I want to upload the package to an online account. It's going to ask me to sign in ArcGIS Pro. Here's Mount Peaks. I have to put a summary in here. All right. Tags, I have to put these in here. I have to choose a location in my ArcGIS Online account. I'm going to create a new one. And I have to choose who to share it with. I could be nobody in this case, or I can share it later. Then I have to click the Analyze button, and it's going to go through my map and my layer project and see if there's any issues that it finds, right? In this case, it found none because I'm sharing just the map, the layer, not other things, right? I can click Package here, and it will run through the packaging, which means it's going to stick it together, upload it to the cloud into the folder I've specified, and then I can access it in ArcGIS Online when it is done uploading. This usually doesn't take too long. There it goes. It's done. Now if I switch to ArcGIS Online, I should be able to add a layer from the web here. And in this case, or not from the web, hold on, add, search for layers. And what did I call this? Mount. Nothing. Here, let's go back.
Can you refresh it?
That's what I'm figuring. I'll go back to map. In my content, I have 32 layers. You would think the last one would be my most up-to-date. Let me see here. Helps if you spell things correctly. All right, let's find where it is. Content. Now I should have a folder here called CH Project, and I have Mount Peaks. It's a layer package. So let me go look at the item details for this. Test. Well, it also may be that I can't upload a layer package. But we'll try that, Shide. Because it doesn't give me an option to open in ArcGIS.com. So if I search for test layers, tester, Vigo. No. Okay, so maybe you can't upload a layer. Maybe we have to upload a project. Okay. Test. I don't need to include toolboxes or histories. I'm going to put this also in CH Project. I'm going to analyze. It's going to come back probably with errors. No warning messages. I can look at what it's going to put in here. See if we can add. You know what? Let's do, instead of package, we're going to do map. Instead of project, we're going to do map. Test. And this, if you ask me, this is the critical flaw of Collector, is that the workflow to get it up so that you can use a data set on Collector is not straightforward. and it changes every 6 months. But that's just my opinion. All right, let's refresh this page. Let's see if we can search for layer. Still not there. Okay, hold on. Because what we really want is a hosted feature class. Map.
Relationship, create relationship class.
No, that's to link together tables.
Okay.
All right, I guess we'll try a project. Share is web map. This is probably, now it's so much easier, I bet. Let's try this. We'll call it Mount Peaks Test. Copy all data. Editable. This is it. CH project. Analyze. Layer does not have a feature template set. Edit. Create. So this is a feature template set right here. Okay. Now we'll go back to share. Actually, we should be able to do here, reanalyze. No errors or warnings found. Share.
So even though you didn't put a point on there.
I just clicked on edit and it automatically generated a template.
Okay.
Now I'm sharing it and probably won't be able to find it again. Actually, once this is published, let's see. So web map is what you want to do, it looks like. Maybe web layer would work as well.
But then will I be able to download that layer?
Yes, you will.
Okay.
So notice as it runs here, it's uploading a service definition. What this is it's uploading the Mount Peaks geodatabase feature class as an editable web feature.
Okay.
Okay. And now it's done. Let's see if we can find it. Add, search for layers. There it is. And in fact, we can also, if we go back to our content, we can find the folder I published it in, and we have a web map here. So I can click on this, and now I can open it in a map viewer, etc. Right? I want to see, can I also find it here in my collector? So I'm going to close collector on my phone and reopen it. Yes, Mount Peaks is on my thing. So let's try this now. So I can actually, right now, open up Mount Peaks and collect data on this web map. Good to go. I can do some fancier things, like make a form pop up, etc., in the web map by editing it here, but that's beyond this video today. What I can now do, since I know this works on my phone, is head on over here to content and select everything and share it, share access and update capabilities with a group. Now, I don't have a group with you yet, but I can set up one. And you even have the ability to set up a group, I believe. Create a group. Do you want me to call it something else?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Tags. Just so I know it's for you. Who can view this group? Only group members. Who can contribute to this group? Group members. What items in the group can its members update? All items. Who can see the list of members? All group members. And members cannot leave this group.
Yeah.
There we go. Now I can invite users to this. I can just search for you, Cindy. There you are. Add to group. Now I go back to my content, find the CH project folder here, select it all, share access and update capabilities with CH project. Hit OK. Now try logging into Collector on your phone. You might have to kill the app and then restart it and see if you have access to it.
Yep.
Nice. So go ahead and try that out in the field and see what happens. Later on, you can log in and just under the Mount Peaks hosted feature layer here, you can export the data as a shapefile or as a shapefile or a file geodatabase.
GPS accuracy 213 feet.
Well, it's because you're indoors,
Okay.
so you're basing it only on weak cell phone signal.
Okay, it's required 30 feet.
Yeah.